Hello, good morning, children. Today, Monday, 6th July. Your chapter is Introduction to Graph. So, dear students, day before yesterday, I have given the definitions of graph and linear graph and what do you mean by Cartesian plane graph. A visual representation of data is called your graph and a linear graph. A linear graph displays data that changes continuously over a period of time. And for Cartesian plane, we have to draw two perpendicular lines which meet at point O is called your origin, and this XOY plane is called your Cartesian plane. OX is called your x-axis and OY is called your y-axis. These two lines x-axis and y-axis meet at point O origin, and for plotting a point on a Cartesian plane we also give the concept of abscissa and ordinate. Abscissa, a perpendicular distance from any point from y-axis is called your abscissa, and a perpendicular distance from any point from along x-axis is called your ordinate. So we have to plot a points on a graph papers. So first worksheet. Now I go for a second worksheet. Before going to second worksheet, I give the some introductions of your construction of graph, independent and dependent variables. What do you mean by independent and dependent variables? Independent and dependent, it means vary, do not vary. Look here, while constructing graph, we generally have values of one variables corresponding to different values of the other variables. The variable whose values do not depend on the values of the other variable is called an independent variables. The variable whose values do not depend on the values of the other variable is called an independent variables, and the variables whose values depend on the values taken by the other variables is known as dependent variables. For example, amount of electricity bill depends on the quantity of electricity used. For example, amount of electricity bill depends on the quantity of electricity bill used. We see that the quantity of electricity is an independent variables, and the amount of bill is the dependent variables. The relationship between such variables can be shown through a graph. So we always represented independent variables along x-axis and dependent variables along y-axis. So remember it, this thing, don't forget. While drawing two perpendicular lines on a graph papers, you always represent dependent variables along y-axis and independent variables along x-axis. Independent variables, here the values do not depend upon the values of the other variables, but the value of one variable is depend upon the other variables, that is called your dependent. So that is why dependent variables is represented along y-axis and independent variables is represented along x-axis. Now so I go for first question of worksheet second, construction of graph, independent variables and dependent variables. I have taken some examples of dependent or independent. These are examples of dependent variables and these are examples of independent variables. For dependent variables, amount of electricity bill or quantity of electricity bill, independent variables. Rainfall, this is your dependent variables, and consecutive days is your independent variables. Area of a square is your dependent variables, and side of a square is your independent variables. Heartbeat is your dependent variables, and time in hours is your independent variables. Wheat grown in quintals is your dependent variables, and years is your independent variables. Construction of, sorry, this is your cost of petrol. Cost of petrol is your dependent variables, and quantity of petrol is your independent variables. So independent quantity of electricity bill. If you consume 5 units in one day, it means quantity is your fixed, but amount of electricity bills, they are vary. In 5 unit, if the value of one unit is rupees 5, then the value of 5 unit will be 25. If you consume 7 unit, then amount will be 35. If you consume 10 unit, then your cost will be, amount will be 10 5s are 50. So this is your independent or dependent variables concept. So I go for first sum, that is following tables gives the temperature at 12 noon. Temperature at 12 noon on 7 successive days in Delhi. So day October. So at 12 noon, this temperature in degree Celsius. Temperature in degree Celsius, days October. So here in days October and temperature in degree Celsius, first of you find out that which one is your dependent and which one your independent. When you draw two perpendiculars, I have do these sums in rough notebook, but you have to do this sum in your graph paper. Okay, draw two lines. This is your x-axis and this one is your x-axis. This is your y-axis, and they meet at point origin or O0. Okay, so you have to draw two perpendicular lines. One is x-axis horizontal line and y-axis vertical lines, and both these horizontal line and vertical line meet at point O. O is called the origin, and this also start along y-axis and along axis 0 0 0 0. Now the following tables gives the temperature at 12 noon on 7 successive days in Delhi. So day October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7 days at 12 noon. Their temperatures are in degree Celsius 14 second day, 18 third day, 16 fourth day, 13 fifth day, 19 sixth day, 20 7 day, 17. The timing will be same at 12 noon. First day temperature is 14 degrees Celsius. Second day temperature is 18 degrees. Third day 16 degrees Celsius. Fourth day 13 degrees Celsius. Fifth day 19 degrees Celsius. Sixth day 20 degrees Celsius, or 7th day 17 degrees Celsius. Now you take your time. First day in October and temperature in degree. So here the variables whose values are vary. In second case temperature in degree Celsius, and this is your constant. Days are your constant. So you have to taken along x-axis, that is independent variables. Days is your independent variables and temperature in degree is your dependent variables. So dependent variables are taken along y-axis and independent variables are taken along x-axis. So look here, first draw two lines, x-axis and y-axis, they meet at O. Then day October, this is your horizontal line and independent variables, and temperature in degree Celsius, this is your dependent variables. Now here numbers are day in October 1 2. So along scale use, along x-axis one small division is equal to 1 day. Along x-axis one small division is equal to 1 day. First day, second day, third day, fourth, fifth. But along y-axis one small division is equal to 2 degrees Celsius. One small division is equal to 2 degrees Celsius. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So this part contain your scale used, and this part contain your half marks in your graph. If this question contain your 2 marks. Now after that, how we can plot a points on this graph? So here for along axis, x axis is your 1, x coordinate is your 1 and y coordinate is your 14. X your 1 and y is your 14. This is your 114. Next 2 18. Next 3 16. 4 13. 5 19. 6 20. 7 17. Join with the help of scale. Join with the help pass. Join this point with this. For again join this point with this and this. It is not that you can join this point with K, this one. So here this point is left. You can join 2 points at a time. Okay, at a time you can join. This is not your state. This is your K. Join this and this one point, this one and this one. So you get a graph. In the end you get a graph. So in this way you can plot a points on a graph, and how you can draw a graph on a graph papers. One more thing is that I have solved only one questions, and second questions will be your homework. I also give the concept of remember it kink. What do you mean by kink? Kink means if we take two horizontal line, one is x-axis and y-axis. For x-axis, one small division is equal to 1. You have to take it either days, something, years. Okay, 1 unit. One big division is equal to 1 unit. But here I have used kink. Kink means this one is in this way. This is called your kink. Kink. Kink means your graph do not start from 0. It starts from 400. It starts from, that is why we can use, although along y-axis one big division is equal to 100 unit. One big division is equal to 100. 400 plus 100, 500. 5 plus 6, 6 plus 1, 7, 7 plus 1, 8, 8 plus 1, 9, 100. One big division is equal to 100 unit. That is why from 0 to 400, all numbers lying in between 0 to 400, and your graph start from 400. That is why we can use here kink along y-axis, so that our graph starts from 400. So don't forget this kink. Sometimes you have numbers very large, so it is very difficult to represent numbers. So to represent these difficult numbers, we have to use a kink. We have to use a kink either along y-axis or x-axis. So thank you very much. You can homework do question number 2nd or worksheet 2nd, and tomorrow I will go for next questions of worksheet 2nd. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.